Welcome friends to what is the very first video of this channel. My name is Jason. I am an intuitive tarot reader, and today we're going to be doing an introduction video, I guess. One of the things I wanted to talk about before I got into any readings here was just to talk a little bit about the channel. I've named it Shuffle and Find Out. Basically, what I wanted to do was, a tarot channel where I could share my readings, go through some cards, talk about some things that I want to talk about, using the tarot as a guide, basically. I've tried this before with another channel, but that one was mostly like, teaching people how to read the tarot or showing people how I read. And this one, I just want to, do some basic just tarot reading, and just go through the cards and talk about some things. And so I've got my deck here with me, and let's go ahead and pull it out. This is the Light Seers Tarot. That's the back. This is by Chris Ann, I think. Let's put that back. And it's one of my favorite tarot decks, just because it just reads really well for me. I have a fairly easy time reading. I kind of feel like this deck reminds me of like my friends, like people I would hang out with, or I would go to parties with when I was in that age of partying and hanging out with friends like that, going out to the beach, and doing bonfires and that kind of stuff. So that's what this deck reminds me of. So that way, for me, it's really easy deck to read. So what we're going to be doing with today's reading is we're just going to read for the channel. What to expect, what might we learn, maybe? Let's do that, yeah. What can we learn from this channel? Okay. What can we learn from this channel? That might be an interesting one. One more time. And as you can see, I'm not the greatest shuffler in the world, but when it comes to tarot, you don't have to be. All right. So I'm going to pull our first card, the World. So right away, that tells me that, and you can see that, that this channel, we're going to be learning about the world, about things in the world, of the world, for the world. Let's see what comes next. I don't do reversals, by the way. So when a card comes up that's reversed like that, I just flip it around because I don't know why. I just don't like reversals. So that's right. My hand was blocking. So let's put that. See, we're learning as we go. So the Six of Cups. This card is obviously sweet and nostalgic. There are good feelings that I get from this card, and I think as it relates back to this channel, that we're going to have some good times with it. So I'm pretty happy about that. The Wheel. Next, we're going to learn about cycles. We're going to learn about how things ebb and flow. We're going to learn about the progression of things. Sometimes we're going to be up, sometimes we're going to be down. We might be right, we might be wrong, but in the end, we're going to be constantly evolving, I think. The Queen of Swords. This is a card about deep thoughts, high thoughts, thoughts that are obviously the mind, right? So we're looking at thinking about things that are high-minded, perhaps, or just things that make us think. So that's like one of the things we're going to learn about, are things that make us think. And then we've got the Sun card, and the Sun card is a very happy, joyous card. This card tells us that what we're going to learn from this channel, happiness, but also connection to something greater than ourselves. You can see that. something greater, something more powerful. And that is quite all right. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is about balance, about juggling things, about keeping things together, flow. We're going to learn about flow. I really like that. One of the things that I have a hard time doing, and it's not coming through right now in this video, but sometimes I have a hard time talking about the cards or saying what the cards are telling me, and this is going to give me a chance to practice that flow, to work on the flow, and to get better at it, ultimately. I'm going to push these up to make room. And the next card, the Eight of Swords. Again, I don't read reversals. So the Eight of Swords is about being stuck, being trapped. Maybe we'll learn about things that get us stuck, that get us feeling trapped, that get us, maybe we'll learn how to get out of our stuckness, as it were. Strength, we'll learn about strength, we'll learn about conviction and what it takes to be good, maybe. And it's something that we've always had. This if you can see that, this infinity symbol tells me that it's something we've always had. Maybe we didn't realize it or don't recognize it all the time, but it's there. And the last card for this reading is the Four of Cups. There are going to be things that we miss, things that we don't see, that are going to be obvious. That's how I read this card. There are going to be things that maybe we don't catch everything. And it's going to be fairly obvious, I think. But, I'm okay with that. I don't have to catch everything. And as I look at the cards that we've laid out, a thing that occurs to me is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 majors, right? We have 2 cups, 2 swords, a pentacle. We don't have any wands in this spread, which tells me it's not going to be a very energetic thing that we do. It's not going to be a very, maybe not even very creative, which is okay with me. I mean, if it's just a locked off camera and me just talking while I pull some cards on my kitchen table, that's okay with me. Doesn't need to be very creative, but we are gonna get into some emotions. We're gonna get into some big topics. Finances, earthly things, swords of the mind. And I love it that at the center of it is the sun. I love that there's light at the center of this. So it tells me that this is going to be a good thing. This is going to be something with energy, but with light, with, I don't know how to describe that, but there's that feeling of lightness. Like coming out of the dark in a way, yeah. So that's our very first video for this channel. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me about it, good, bad, indifferent. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you liked this reading, if you liked this style of reading, let me know, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.